All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Vibes for April 12th. Please see the source below, as I'm not responsible for the composition of this research, and remember that nothing on this channel is financial advice. If you are finding the channel for the first time, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and to hit the bell so that you're notified when we go live, which is every day that the market is open. All right, so jumping in here. On inflection point, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell said that the U.S. economy is at a place where growth and job creation could start coming in much more quickly. Powell, speaking on CBS's 60 Minutes, said the outlook has brightened substantially. The interview was broadcast yesterday but recorded on Wednesday, the day before he told an IMF panel that he's not worried about inflation risks. Powell also said that the central bank was involved in a large-scale research project on a digital dollar, but that any decision to introduce one was for Congress and the public. Digital currencies are on the mind of U.S. policymakers at the moment, with officials at the Treasury, State Department, Pentagon, and National Security Council upping efforts to understand the implications of a digital yuan. According to people familiar with the matter, some officials are concerned it could be the start of a long-term bid to replace the dollar as the world's reserve currency. In non-aligned digital currencies this morning, Bitcoin traded close to record highs above 60,000. With Powell sticking to the script on maintaining accommodation even as the U.S. economy improves, support for the bond market seems likely to remain strong for now. There is a test of that today with the sale of $58 billion worth of 3-year notes and $38 billion worth of 10-year bonds. Tomorrow, after much anticipated inflation data, there is a sale of 30-year debt. Market slips, so global equity is not getting the week off to a great start with some gauges giving up ground. We'll talk about some index in a second, but S&P 500 futures pointed to a lower open. All right, events to watch. The U.S. March budget statement is at 2 p.m. The Biden administration will hear from companies vying for scarce semiconductor chips today, as officials try to figure out how to relieve the shortage that has idled automakers worldwide. Boston Fed President Eric Rosengren speaks later. And jumping into indices and some other metrics that I like to keep an eye on, we've got the Dow closing Friday up about 0.89%, SP 500 up about 0.75%, the Nasdaq up 0.5%, FTSE down 0.25%, and the Russell 2000 up just 0.04%. Everything but the Russell 2000 is still up between 2 and 5% on the 1-month time frame. The Russell is down 4.65%. So still room to recover for some of those smaller tech companies outside of the S&P 500. Looking at futures, not looking great. Purely objectively, futures do point to a bearish day today. There are some positive news catalysts, but overall, these futures, some large and extended, or some large and I would say a fairly long period of extension and market recovery bounce back. With what I'm seeing from futures, I think more likely than not we do see a day that's going to skew a little bit to the bearish side. But let's jump into commodities here. So West Texas Intermediate crude up 1.31%, ICE Brent crude 1.43%, COMEX gold down 0.03%, and our favorite corn up 0.39%. We'll be watching corn closely to see if it can continue its hot streak here. Currencies, yep, they do it. They're still currencies. Current rates, nothing changed here other than like the 1 year prior number I think went down. But this is the Fed current rate, Fed target rate, prime mortgage rate, and the unemployment rates. 10-year bond gained 0.55 basis points on Friday, which for the month leaves it up only 3.66 basis points, and on the 1 year, 94.16 from historical lows. So, like I said, I do have a bearish outlook just for today, maybe a few days of this, depending on how markets want to react. But overall, I do maintain a weekly, monthly bullish outlook as I have for a while. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you made it this far, please drop me a comment below about what you're going to be watching today. And as always, hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel helps us out a ton. So be sure to do that on your way out. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you in the Discord on the live stream here soon. Thanks.